Hi, I'm josephrlewis, and I write adventures. And today I'd like to talk about some basics. We're just going to talk about some hooks and rumors. What are they and what are they used for? I tend to include a short list of hooks and a short list of rumors at the beginnings of my adventures, and I think you should too. So first let's talk about hooks. What are they? They are simple, straightforward reasons for the players or the PCs to go on this particular adventure, the adventure that you've written. I usually include 3 to 6 bulleted items for my hooks, and these are for the GM's eyes only. They're for them to understand what this adventure is for. The reason that we're creating these hooks are to provide reasons that would appeal to different types of players. So your martial classes or your magical classes, or players who enjoy certain types of play styles, who want loot and treasure and violence, and players who want to engage in some sort of social interactions or heroism. It is so that the GM can see, oh, this is what this adventure can do, or this is what it's for. And the reason we want to give that to them is that so the GM can figure out, how do I pitch this adventure that I want to run to my players? Which of these sort of hooks is going to be useful to them? Or they may want to figure out, how do I integrate this adventure into my long-running campaign? Where does it fit? What is it for? So we're helping the GM decide how to use the adventure that we've written. So what are some hooks? What are some examples or types of hooks that we can include? Number 1, very classic, wealth. You can go to Pirate Murder Island to get the buried treasure of the Dread Captain Eyepatch. Classic, simple, straightforward. There's loot. Number 2A, violence. You can go to Pirate Murder Island to kill those murderous pirates, perhaps for a reward. People like to do violence in our fantasy games. Just straight up, there are some things that you can do violence to. Option 2B, revenge. You can go to Pirate Murder Island to kill those murderous pirates that murdered your friends and family. So if you want to go find the bad guys, this is a place where there are bad guys who may have done bad things that you want revenge for. Hook number 3, some kind of heroism. This is one that works on me a lot. You can go to Pirate Murder Island to save the 2d6 villagers who are taken hostage, and perhaps they're going to be used in an evil ritual or fed to a demon or something. So if you want to be big darn heroes, which I often do as a player, that's a thing you can go do and feel good and powerful about. Speaking of power, number 4 is knowledge and power, which usually appeals to our magical folks. You can go to Pirate Murder Island to meet the Sea Witch and learn sea witchery, or get sea witch powers, or magical objects. And hook number 5 is some kind of campaign plot point. You can go to Pirate Murder Island to get the MacGuffin that you need to advance the GM's long-running campaign story arc. So generically would fit into anything, but you would have to think of some way that applies to your adventure. All right, let's move on and talk about rumors. Rumors are basically ways to communicate your hooks to the players in-game. So the players may say they want to wander around the town or hang out in the tavern and gather rumors. Usually they're saying that because they want to figure out where the adventure is or what their adventure options are. Writing out the rumors is a way for us to help the GM communicate the adventure options to their players. Because there's really nothing worse than being a player and sitting around saying, where is the adventure? Where am I supposed to go? Don't just give me a town full of people. Give me a thing to do. So this is a way for the GM to quickly convey, here are some things that you can do. I usually include a numbered list of rumors in my adventures, so it can be rolled on as a table. So that means it's going to range from 6 to 20 entries. And these can include options that are true rumors, partially true rumors, and false rumors. So let's talk about that for a second. True rumors are great. They're simple. They're straightforward. We're just telling the players that there is treasure or there are hostages on Pirate Murder Island, so they can choose to go do that thing. Very easy, very straightforward. Partially true rumors are a fun variation on true rumors because they tell the players where the adventure is. They truly say, go to Pirate Murder Island, there's a thing there. But it leaves a little information out, or it puts a twist on it, so when they arrive to do the adventure stuff, some of their plans are going to be going to need to be edited and updated as they discover in real time that the situation they were expecting is slightly different from the situation that they're encountering. So maybe the rumor said that there are pearls to be found on Pirate Murder Island, but when they get there, there's actually just one giant pearl, and it's inside a giant clam monster, and they have to figure out how to overcome the clam monster that they were not expecting, but they do want the pearls, and the pearl is real. And that brings us to false rumors. False rumors are bad. I don't like them. I am against false rumors. If I've ever used them in the past, then I apologize. I have grown as a writer. False rumors send the players to the wrong place. They tell them the wrong thing, which means that either we waste table time going to a place where it turns out there's nothing to do, or we make plans that completely fall apart because they don't apply to the situation that they find. I think the time that we have at the table is kind of precious. We already wasted a lot as human beings, just the way we talk and communicate and make plans and the way gameplay works. I think it is therefore very bad to increasingly waste table time to deliberately send the players off to Pirate Friend Zone Island, where there is no adventure at all, and they feel like, oh, we just wasted so much time at the table and in game, and there's nothing to do here. We were misdirected, and now we have to go find Pirate Murder Island instead of Pirate Fun Zone. So why do that? I don't think there's any value in that. I don't think it's good for playtime and the hobby, so I don't do that. And I'm against false rumors, and I think you should be too. So here are a couple quick examples of what a rumor can be. And again, this is just a way in-game to communicate hooks and adventure information to the players. So for example, old Jimothy used to be a murder pirate. I bet he knows all their secrets. And then when they go there, he actually does know some secrets, but of course he's going to sell them for a price, or there's going to be some trick or hook to it. The currents around Pirate Murder Island are very dangerous and treacherous. And this is probably due to the fact that there's a giant monster or some kind of magical effect that the players will need to overcome, but now they're aware of it and they can try to plan for it. The murder pirates have a ship so fast it can appear anywhere at any time. And this, of course, is due to the fact that the ship is probably magical, or they have multiple ships, but again, it alerts the players that there's something going on and they can try to plan for it. The murder pirates only attack at night. That's probably because they're vampires or something similar. The volcano on Pirate Murder Island erupts every night at midnight. Again, this is probably due to a magical effect or a monster or something other that is happening that the players can then investigate and figure out and engage with. So that's it for today. Hooks and rumors. Hooks, we are telling the GM this is how you use this adventure, or how you integrate it, or how you sell it to your players. And rumors are how the GM can give adventure information to the players in an artful and interesting way so that the players can engage with the adventure and start the adventure. And that's all I've got for right now, so good luck out there.